Let's take a look at these two teams. Right now, up here, we have the LeBron lovers as well as Strat Pack going at it. We saw amazing plays out of all of these teams yesterday, and I cannot wait to see the absolute clash of it today. In the first map, we're having Yggdrasil Path on Convoy, and I'm pretty excited, Ray. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually had the opportunity to cast this game yesterday between these two teams. LeBron Lovers did end up getting the victory 2-0, but it was in crazy circumstance on Spider Islands on the second map. It was all but lost for the side of LeBron Lovers, and then the craziest C9 from Strat Pack happened, which allowed LeBron Lovers to steal the map away from them and the series. So, despite being a 2-0, it was such a close series. So, who knows whose game this is going to be? As LeBron Lovers coming off a loss in the previous match against Goddess the Sun, they were so they're hoping to rebound.
Oh, absolutely, and I bet they will. I mean, these teams, they don't, their mental doesn't really get shifted that hard. So I know that they just kind of wipe it all from the memory banks, move into the next, and I know for a fact that they're getting real excited. And LeBron lovers are going to be starting on the attacking side here on Yggdrasil doing convoy. And I know that Yggdrasil, I believe, is a little bit more attack side oriented. What do you think, Ray?
I tend to agree. When we saw this matchup yesterday, both teams ended up capping all 3 points, and then it went to overtime, and LeBron lovers were able to get the big victory. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out overall between these teams. But I am very excited on this attack as the first ban coming in from the side of LeBron lovers is the Star Lord.
Yeah, and looks like we're waiting for the save. It looks like they're going to be saving Doctor Strange out from Strat Pack here, and it looks like Maples seems to be hovering over that Bruce Banner pick, potentially just a a throw off. I know some of these teams might be watching over. I'm curious to see who the second ban on LeBron lovers is going to end up being picked, because I feel like we're seeing a lack of Hella and Groot bans. I think we also might be seeing a ban of the Thing. I think also might be a pretty good one to pull out here, because a lot of those Vanguards have a lot of great power there. Um, so I mean, ultimately, I'm not really sure how that's going to be impactful. It looks like Magneto did end up getting banned. That is a good one to get out of the banks here when going up against a team like LeBron lovers. So we'll get the select going. We'll get everything. It looks like Vanster wants to hop on that Hella. So it's going to be a good one. I know for a fact that this is going to be chaotic, but the first fight here on Yggdrasil does kind of set the stage, and if the attacking side is able to get that first fight down, I think it's not going to be quite done and dusted, but it's going to cause a lot of chaos for Strat Pack to try and bring back and try and delay as much as possible against LeBron lovers.
Yeah, we do know for the side of LeBron lovers that Gizmo has been well known as being a Penny Parker player. So that targeted ban coming in from the side of Strat Pack makes a whole lot of sense. So we do see Gizmo this time around going on the other hero that they're very well known for, which is this Psylocke. And they're gonna have Rogue play the Doctor Strange. The one thing is, we had seen when they go up against another dominating Doctor Strange, like in the previous series, they can get diffed a little bit. So we're gonna have to see how that goes and how Cece's gonna be able to match up against I'm Rogue on the Doctor Strange. And Mizuki, once again, going back on the hero we know and love them for, which is going to be that Thor. So your backlines beware, because Mizuki will be in there trying to take down your strategists.
Yeah, and as we're seeing the first fight kind of commence here, it's just absolute chaos here. Maple is trying to make way and trying to delay and trying to get as much damage off as possible against that Thor. It's just a hard fought battle here. Vanster just in the back, able to get the first pick off. Dingers, an absolute monster player there, able to get that trade back onto Gizmo, is going to open it up a little bit.
Yeah, Strat Pack definitely known for playing the Doctor Strange and Hulk combo, where you get that extra damage from the Gamma team up. Dinger's coming through on the Moon Knight, who's been such a standout duelist, especially on Moon Knight, able to find 2 opening picks and set the stage for some forward progress for the side of LeBron Luvrs.
Yeah, and those Onk placements are going to be absolutely crucial here from Dingers to try and draw those crosshairs away, especially with those Vanguards. I mean, Doctor Strange, that shield is not going to be, it's not going to be a great time when you're having to flick away your crosshair to deal with those Onks. But Maple Zebra's just making way, punching through, trying to find and make some openings here to break through and keep this convoy moving. They're already halfway to the first checkpoint. Mizuki wants to try and get a flank ongoing here, and we might be getting a huge play coming out from CC in the very, very near future, but Mizuki needs to get out of there before it goes down, and there's Bruce Banner having to tap back and forth. Will Maple be able to get out in time? And it looks like they will, as that invisible fortress goes up, just ensuing even more chaos.
Yeah, just in time as they were down a couple of players for the side of Strat Pack. And now the Dance of the Butterfly is going to come in, find a couple more picks as the defense is now going to be able to hold. They're trying to find the exiting pick. Not going to be able to, so they got to get out of there. But they do get the final stragging pick onto Mizuki.
Yeah, it's just taking him down. Mizuki just sent back to the spawn room. Getting Thor out of there is going to be a huge hindrance to their DPS abilities, and it's showing right now with how far that convoy is having to move back and how just contested it is. Rogue is trying to get in there and try and get that thing to stop moving in the wrong direction, but ultimately taking a pounding in the process, as Kay and Hart ended up getting taken down and really setting the stage. The Eye of Agamotto getting put out there. So much damage, but ultimately Cece's going to fall.
As we see still 2 picks for both sides. It's now a 4v4 as we see the Hulk ultimate coming in from Maple, as they're going to take so much incoming damage, and they do end up losing their Hulk mode back to Bruce Banner. So you're going to have to be very careful. You're going to completely lose the ability to hold down the front line, as you're going to have to back up. Eye of Agamotto available for I'm Rogue.
Thor both have those ultimate abilities ready to go, and I think we may be seeing a giant clash of them popping up. Gizmo wanting to get some of that hit scan stuff in the back and just try and deal a lot of damage hard out, popping that ultimate, trying to keep everybody safe and ready to go, and it's just an absolute brawl. Vanster finally spawning back in, getting that Hella back online, and that Eye of Agamotto going out, but Mizuki and Dingers just cleaning up either way, and it is just looking fantastic. Maple Zebra is falling. There's the teleport coming out. There's the ring of destruction. There's so much DPS is just passing back and forth. First checkpoint has been reached, and now both of these teams just have to regroup and re-strategize as they move forward.
You're still going to have to deal with the fate of both worlds from the side, but it's not going to help when you see a Hella picking off the enemy Hella. So you get the one shot and you take the enemy's one shot off of the field. That's going to allow your team to be able to play angles a little bit better, not have to worry about getting their head taken off.
Yeah, playing it a little bit safe around the edges. Maple just wants to try and get some flank timings in, and it looks like the ability to draw those crosshairs behind is really paying off, and it's just ensuing so much chaos in the defense that they are just able to keep that rolling. LeBron Luvrs will not let this convoy stop. 4 players on. It looks like Wolfrax is going to go down. The DJ just quickly traded back and forth as DJ falls to Gizmo. That invisible fortress is not making it easy for anybody moving forward here, and it looks like everything is just grinding to a screeching halt as both teams try and fight for dominance over here on the convoy. And there it is, Maple back to Bruce Banner, needs to get out and needs to get out now, but can't do it just in time.
As we see the Goddess of Darkness coming in as well for both teams, as they're both able to find picks, but get both taken down after finding one. We're gonna need more picks from the side of LeBron Luvrs if they want to get this across, and they are finding them. Rogue and Dinger's able to find 2 as the cart rounds the corner. It is going to be a point cap for LeBron Luvrs as they try and enter 3rd point to try and cap all 3.
Yeah, this 3rd point is going to be a difficult one because there are a lot of different choke points that they are going to be able to abuse here with some of their longer ranges as well. as well as a lot of those. Hella is just going to be a great one here in these tight corridors. And oh my gosh, Rogue might have bit off a little bit more than they can chew, but seems to just be getting out just all right. And as we're seeing that choke point right there around the corner is just giving a lot of area for line of sight to be broken and just a lot of damage to be thrown back and forth from the defense. Try and clear it all up, but here's the main takeaway. The fight is finally beginning. The chaos is ensuing, and everybody is flicking in every other direction. Ohgawdevents has gone out, and it looks like it's not going to be for naught, as so many players are getting taken out of the equation here. CC and Hart sent back to the spawn room. Vanster not far behind, and Maple Zebra almost getting taken back down to Bruce Banner.
Yes, however, it did buy a lot of time for some of these players to come back for the side of Strat Pack, but it's not really going to matter. The cart distance is still there. 1.5 minutes left in counting for LeBron Luvrs as they're looking to apply some pressure and push up.
They need to be taking a little bit more time to regroup. I mean, the Onk placements aren't the best right now out of Dingers, but they're making waves just the same. Gizmo going absolutely insane, got a double onto DJ and just keep moving forward, sending people back to the spawn room one after another. It's just an absolute brawl. Maple once again taken down into Bruce Banner, might be sent back to the spawn room as well, as the third point is only 0.79 meters away. It's so close yet so far. Battle has only just begun. We may be looking at an insane clutch out here if they're able to break down this attacking force, but don't know if they're going to be able to do it. It's just death after death, spawn room after spawn room. Can they do it? And no, they can't. And LeBron Luvrs are going to take all 3 points before swapping sides,
as they're able to put themselves in a pretty good spot for this map against Strat Pack. So they put themselves in a position where the win condition's been set. All you got to do is stop them from gathering all 3 points, and you'll be able to get out of this map with a big time victory. Gizmo, who we kind of talked about, known for, just playing a lot of Penny, a lot of Psylocke, also was showing out and strutting their stuff on that Hello. So that's gonna be one thing to take a look at, because it's allowed Dingers to get on this Moon Knight, who their Hand of Con shoes, they've been so good with that ult placement, finding at least 2 kills every single time with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely fantastic moves. I mean, they are disciplined, and they had an idea and a plan going into that attacking side, and it looks like they were just able to execute perfectly. I mean, they were in sync. They were able to combo abilities very beautifully. I don't know if you noticed, but every single time that Maple Zebra got low or CC got low, they were all targeting from just moments at a time to make sure to take that Vanguard out and then move on to the next. Anytime any damage was done, any opening was there, or even one of the support got taken down, they were focusing those Vanguards just because of the absolute waves that it makes and pulls that it puts in the defense.
As time is ticking down, as we will get this attack started for Strat Pack, still sticking to the Doctor Strange and Hulk, as we will now see the Groot coming out from Mizuki on the defense.
Yeah, that Groot is going to be a good pick. It's going to be it's going to be great for a lot of stalling potential here, as both of these teams are moving into the biggest clash. This first fight here has so much damage, so many trades are taking place, but Gizmo's going to be the first one to fall here, putting a humongous break in the defense of LeBron Luvrs, and I think Maple Zebra is going to be trying to capitalize off of that, going straight for Luvrs, but ultimately getting frozen, stuck in place, but not getting targeted, going to be able to walk away with their life still intact. Mizuki is wanting to go, trying to break down that Hulk, doesn't want them to be up on their supports near as much. CC also wanting to get a part of the action, but it's just so much to handle. The Khonshu coming down, not going to be able to capitalize. Wolf stays alive, just for now at least, and Dinger takes the fall. Wolfrex right behind.
Yeah, the issue for the side of LeBron Luvrs, specifically on this first point attack, was when they lost players and they knew they were at a disadvantage, you either have 2 choices. Last, you either got to get out of there, get out of dodge and reset, or you got to go on the point, stop it from moving, and make them kill you, so you get a full, fresh 6v6, reset up for another attack, and they did neither of those. So they were always in a constant disadvantage, and Strat Pack was able to take advantage.
DJ did end up getting taken down just at the beginning of this team fight that's underway right now. They have a couple seconds as the Invisible Fortress has gone up. Mizuki is just trying their dang best to try and stall it out and stop that convoy as much as possible. Needing to hop out of that fortress, CC in the back, trying to do as much damage as possible. Needing to back up, needs to defend the team because so much damage is just puncturing through, and they need to get this all to stop. And there's the Eye of Agamotto getting activated. I think that was a 3 for right there, going straight for Wolfrax, but ultimately able to get it done, and that's a quad out for Strat Pack. Almost a 5th as Rogue goes down as well, and it is just easy moves there for the convoy to keep moving. It seems like a mirror of that last round there, Ray.
As again, you will have the ability, because everyone died at the same time, you will get a re-engage. We do see the teleporter coming in to try and block them from being able to attack, but Dingers finds one.
Coming in, Hella trying to make waves from above, able to find one, able to find Vanster, but trying their dang best to go through, able to find CC as well, making some beautiful moves here. It looks like LeBron Luvrs seem to be gaining back control here. They're going to be able to push that back, not allowing them to gain that 3rd point.
And again, it's Dingers for the side of LeBron Luvrs, who's been a standout, coming through, finding the opening pick on the Moon Knight and making things happen. Has the hand of Khonshu's available. Both Moon Knights will have that for this next fight. So teams will have to be head on a swivel, weary of that. But one of my favorite ults is this Tangling Vortex for the side of Mizuki. Going to have that online can be devastating.
Yeah, that group ultimate can be absolutely insane, especially when paired with the hands of Khonshu. But oh my goodness, K and Vanster going insane, able to take out 3, Maple finding the 4th, and CC finding the 5th, just absolutely taking down the entire defense of LeBron Luvrs in one foul swoop. And it looks like they might actually be able to make it to that 2nd checkpoint. And they still have nearly 3 minutes. Now make that 4 minutes and 20 seconds as they're moving into that 3rd point capture zone. Gizmo just trying to deal some damage from afar, but ultimately not making a lot of progress. Gizmo does end up falling. DJ trying to go in. It's just an absolute brawl, hand-on-hand combat in these close quarters. These choke points are not going to be a fun time. Mizuki trying to go.
Dingers finding another one to try and stabilize the fate of both worlds, and the Dance of Butterfly is going to come out on 1 for 1 on each side. I am Rogue going for the Eye of Ohgawdevents, able to find 3, and they're able to get all of the kills. I'm Rogue coming through with the hero play.
Beautiful one, able to stop all progress there. Maple Zebra having to duck back down into Bruce Banner, shutting down the entire push all at the same time. Absolutely a wonderful move, able to keep that convoy from moving even a single inch, bringing it back. Those hands of Khonshu still available for Dingers, and I think they're waiting for just the right time to make an absolute hero play there, and I think we're gonna see it right now. Absolutely beautiful play right on the choke point. They need to spew out of there, and they don't have much other choice.
Not able to find one, unfortunately, as we do see the Psylocke fighting one. The hand of Khonshu's for the side of Vanster comes in and finds 2 of their own and sends the entirety of LeBron Luvrs back to the spawn room, as finally some distance will be gained on this 3rd point for Strat Pack.
Yeah, just beautiful progress there, and just a lot of progress at that. Just having 2 people there on the convoy, I mean, they're more than halfway to that 3rd point cap. They still have 2.5 minutes remaining. They only need to beat 43 seconds to be able to take this map point here. Are they going to be able to do it, or are LeBron Luvrs going to be able to stall out just in time, as the ult from Gizmo is going to be coming through and dealing massive amounts of damage, but are we going to be able to see some capitalization off of it? DJ was able to find one, and it looks like Rogue wants to go in huge for the Eye of Agamotto as well. Looks like Vanster's going to be able to find one. It's just absolutely insane. DJ able to find a double.
Every ultimate thrown out on the field from the side of Strat Pack, able to cap all 3 points with a huge time bank advantage on LeBron Luvrs, as they're going to have 1 minute and 15 seconds on them as we head to overtime between these teams.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, like a minute versus 2.5 minutes. I mean, it's going to be a tough one for LeBron Luvrs here, but they have the ability to do it. They were able to stomp. They were able to roll. They just need to regroup. Maybe choose a couple different picks. Maybe swap around their comp a little bit and fix whatever issues they had out of that last round. I think they may have gotten it figured out. Mizuki swapping from Groot over to Thor once again as they swap sides without a lot more, not that many changes. It looks like both of these teams have kind of figured out the comp that they want to be using, and it's overtime. It's going to be a tough one here, Ray. What do you? What adjustments do you think LeBron Lovers needed to make? Maybe other than a comp change. Is there anything that they need to focus on, you think?
I do think they're allowing. Hold on, just want to make sure I'm seeing this properly. My eyes, gotta put on my glasses. For DJ specifically on this Psylocke, they have been able to get a lot of early pick-ons, and they've gotten so much value out of the Dance of Butterfly. I think you gotta find a way to limit DJ on that Psylocke.
Yeah, I completely agree. You need to be, if not have somebody focus, at least have points in time where you focus at least during the ultimate times. And Dingers, look at those Onk placements. Absolutely beautiful Onk placements. Doing work in the back, able to delay, able to move so many of those crosshairs away. Not able to block damage. CC getting caught between a rock and a hard place, as K, CC, and Maple Zebra fall all the same. Hard out needing to back up and regroup and wait for that team. But look at that. Vanster in the back, able to do some damage from afar and drawing so many of those away. I mean, it's just a pick and forth, back and forth with these long range. Just not really sure where they need to be looking at any given point in time. And it looks like Mizuki has flushed out DJ. But where did they go? Where have they could have gotten? Only at half HP, needs to back out. DJ falls. It's just going to be a rough one to try and get this one back through. It has been halted. The convoy has been stopped. It's on overtime right now as a double comes out from Dingers. Absolutely beautiful work. And Bruce Banner gets sent back to the lobby as well, and it looks like they are going to make it to the checkpoint, but they are on overtime the whole time.
Yeah, one thing they just have to keep wary is they always have to have someone on cart. You know, there's always going to be the danger and risk of a C9, as Dingers has the Hand of Call and Shoes available, so you get a good placement like he has been every single time with his ultimate. You're going to buy yourself so much cart space, and, you know, given that they only had a minute, I feel like at this point, they're just house money at this point.
Oh, absolutely, and it looks, and ultimately they need to be popping these Hands of Khonshu here on these close quarters here on these corners, because this choke point right here could be absolutely deadly, and we're seeing that right now, a double from Dingers as the Hands of Khonshu come out, taking Vanster and Hart out of the equation as the rest of the team tries to pick up the slack. But it looks like both teams are going 3 for 3, 4 for 3, and Gizmo, last one left standing, needs to be on the convoy but can't be there. Looks like 1 point has been gained. We'll see what is possible here for Strat Pack. They have a lot more time to work with. What do you think? I mean, ultimately, I don't know what to expect here. It can go either way, Ray.
Yeah, a lot more time to work with, but at the same time, they got a lot of distance for the 1 minute that they had. So I think, you know, that's kind of a spot you expect to be within the time bank that we saw from Strat Pack. So I think it is anyone's game at this point. LeBron Lovers did exactly what they need to do on the attack to give themselves a chance to win this map.
Oh, absolutely, and I think they've kind of got it figured out. It looks like they haven't changed up their composition at all. I think they're very, very confident in how they're playing and how they're doing. But it looks like Mizuki has not swapped over to that group. Maybe thinks that it does make a pretty big difference staying on that Thor. Perhaps a little bit more of a comfort pick, but only time will tell. As 20 seconds until the attack begins. I think ultimately, I think that they need to be comboing some of these ultimates a little bit closer on. I think that the Eye of Agamotto's from Rogue, they haven't been lacking, but they haven't been able to get as much value as the ones that CC has been able to pull out. I mean, we've seen multiple three-time Agamotto's from CC, but I haven't seen that many from Rogue, and I think really, I think those numbers need to be got up as soon as possible.
And we see already Vanster set up with a decent onk, but it does get destroyed, so the damage potential is going to be a little bit lower, but they're already halfway to a hand of Khonshu already.
That's just absolutely insane work from Vanster. 75% of the way to the hands of Khonshu. Make that 80, almost 90. It's so close yet so far. Dingers falls. DJ taking the Moon Knight out of the equation for the defense here. And oh, the quad from the hands of Khonshu in the ultimate team wipe coming out.
Look at Dingers is only at 35%, so by the time this next fight even starts engaging, Vanster's probably already going to match them, so they're going to possibly lap him and ult charge, as you know, you'll get one more chance and opportunity to attack, but Vanster got too big for his britches. Dingers punishes him, sends him back to spawn.
Great punish there. You do not want Vanster farming those long range in order to get that hands of Khonshu back up and going. Dingers more than halfway there as Wolfrax does fall to K. Dingers doing a lot of good work. Almost there, yet so far away. Dingers does end up falling, sent back to the spawn room. No hope of getting that up anytime soon, or at least in this fight. But it looks like they are able to get that convoy. They're able to get it back off. Only 45 seconds remaining. They have to get this checkpoint by any means necessary here.
And they're going to be facing down quite the numerous ultimates from the side of Lebron Luvrs. Pretty much everything outside of that invisible barrier, which is no longer available.
It's going to be absolutely insane because they have to get this on right now. We may be looking at a comparison of distance here at the end, but there's only 15 seconds left. They need to be getting onto the points. They need to be popping any ultimates that are possible. It looks like we're getting some major plays out here from Mizuki, ultimately not resulting in any kills or any backing off, but holding the line, staying on the convoy, not allowing it to be pushed forward. We may be looking at a beautiful overtime of chaos here as DJ almost falling the Dingers there. As the hands of Khonshu are available, they're ready to go should the convoy get established on there. Maple Zebra staying on there as quick as possible. Overtime is ticking down. Will they be able to make it? Will they get it done? It's so close, yet so far. There's only a little bit of time left on overtime. They need to be staying on the points. They need to be getting it done. Are they going to be able to do it? CC Beautiful Eye of Agamotto trying to do time, but didn't stay on the convoy. And LeBron Luvrs are going to be taking it.
What a close series between two great teams. LeBron Luvrs ultimately able to get the victory. And again, I think it comes down to, once again, on the side of Strat Pack, we saw, I'm losing my train of thought. We saw, Vanster got too overconfident, pushed forward too far. Dingers punished them, and ever since then, they were able to get a stranglehold on their defense and were ultimately able to hold.
Kind of jumping back into the action here once again with Strat Pack and LeBron Luvrs. The second game is going to be the Hall of Djalia playing Convergence. And I think these teams are ready to go, and they're going to be sent in as soon as they can. But what are your opinions on the Hall of Djalia, just in terms of which side do you think maybe has a little bit more of an advantage, or just any comments, like, if you like the architecture?
It's actually my favorite of the Convergence maps. It's funny, I have a friend of mine who I play a lot with, and they absolutely hate this map, and I absolutely love it. So we have very contrasting opinions about it. But for me, I think it can be very difficult to attack on the first point when you're trying to capture the first point, because really there's only two directions you can really come from. So to me, it's pretty easy if you're a defense to, as long as you got someone scouting out, to be able to easily defend which way people come from. So I think it's very predicates on the attacking team to find an early pick and put themselves in an advantage 6v5, as we have the first two bans coming in being the Star-Lord and the Penny Parker.
Yeah, those are some pretty large, those are some pretty big bans. Definitely a little bit targeted there. We're going to see who Strat Pack wants to save here, starting it out. I am curious to see who they're going to be going for. It looks like once again they're going to be saving the Doctor Strange, and it's just going to be left up to LeBron Luvrs to try and save one of their favorites here. It looks like okay. It's a good pick there, Ray. What do you think?
Yeah, again, no surprises here from either. This is exactly how the bans went on the first map. Cloak and Dagger getting banned out once again. So we haven't seen any kind of deviations. And if you're, I mean, based on how close the first map was between these two teams, I'm not surprised to see them wanting to make any changes. Yeah, so we're gonna have the exact same set of bans, so expect very similar comps to what we saw previously, but we do see on this defense Vanster, at least for the moment, highlighting the Namor, which we've seen of great success in the tournament so far. And I think defensively it's going to be a very good pick.
I agree. I think that Namor is going to be a really good pick here on Djalia. In the hands of Vanster, pretty much anything is possible when it comes to that. So I just can't wait to see what happens and what Vanster is going to be able to pull out of it. It looks like Maple Zebra is once again hopping on that Bruce banner, wanting to go for Hulk. And other than that, a lot of these picks seem to be identical, I would say. I think CC swapping over from Strange over to Groot, I think is pretty much the only change that it is the only other change that I'm seeing.
We do see defensively the Thing coming out, which we have not seen in the series thus far. I'm very excited, and I do like the combo between Groot and the Thing. You can really combo together a lot of damage. You know, Thing allowing to push up, get those walls around him as he pushes up, and then you can throw down a lot of damage. But once again, we're going to see Mizuki on that signature Thor that we have seen them play very much often.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage here. They're able to get a lot of open spaces and draw a lot of those crosshairs away and just draw attention. Great for support defending there. Maple Zebra trying to go in, try and use those combo with the Groot, able to jump up, and it's just going to be a right-click pounder here as these first two picks go underway. Make that 3 picks as Rogue, Gizmo, and Mizuki gets sent back to the spawn room. Vanster following up on there.
Yeah, only one pick on this defense really on this attacking team found. So you're going to be able to regain your footing pretty quickly if you're the side of Strat Pack on this defense. They got 2 players coming back, but Gizmo has found another. This is the window of opportunity that you've been waiting for if you are Lebron lovers.
LeBron Luvrs here on the attacking side, they are trying to go in. It looks like it's just barely contested. They just need to get that one player off the point and just get it done. But Maple Zebra is not making it easy. Ends up falling, but was not going to go down without a fight. Finally able to cap. Got one of the points almost to the second. It's going to get contested here by DJ, but they are able to get the second, almost capping the full point. They need to get more players on site here from Strat Pack on the point to try and defend it. Looks like they're going to be able to make it happen.
Yeah, as the players coming back in the Fate of Both Worlds coming on just in time to allow the defense to find their footing and not allow the full cap. 2 ticks, however, were gained for the side of LeBron Lovers, and they're going to have a few ultimates coming back on Dingers, who has been so spot on with these Hand of Khonshu's. Going to have that available for them in this next fight. The one thing I am worried about is DJ has been so good with the Dance of the Butterfly, and they have that available at their feet, as well as in combination with the Horn of Proteus from Vanster.
Yeah, that horn is going to be quite the dealer there. Try and take it away. Maple Zebra did end up swapping over from the Thing onto the Doctor Strange. Might have thought it was a potential better counter there in terms of being able to block damage, because, I mean, ultimately they need to be able to protect some of these. Wolfrax popping out that dance. He's going to be doing a decent bit of healing there, trying to save as much as possible there. CC just trying to blast him away, trying to do anything they can. Vanster was able to take down Wolfrax and shutting all that down. It looks like Sophia fell as well, and it is just an absolute slinger here. Dingers did send out those Hands of Khonshu, but did not get a ton of value out of him. Dingers was able to find one onto Maple Zebra, and there we go. CC falls as well, and is just finally able to take that point. And now we're moving on.
It did take a lot of their time bank away, so if you're the side of Strat Pack, you gotta be feeling good about the amount of time you're able to waste. But now what you have to ensure is that you don't get any late picks here. You gotta be able to regroup as a 6 because you don't want them getting a bunch of just free distance on this point. So they did a smart job in getting to back out just in time before any picks came through.
Yeah, great job regrouping. Nobody wants to, they didn't want anybody to overextend, didn't want to do pick by pick and just have to you know, conga line from the spawn room. They did not want to make that happen. But as these two teams are colliding back in here, we're going to see who's going to be getting a little bit more room as the Eye of Agamotto goes out. No picks are going to result. Maybe Maple Zebra falling very, very soon, but only time will tell here. Gizmo going to fly up, try and get some aerial combat going. Sophia did end up swapping over to the Loki and is halfway over to the ult. And Dingers does have those Hands of Khonshu ready to go once again. But, I mean, little is left to take care of here as Strat Pack just has come to a screeching halt as the first checkpoint is going to be reached.
And that's exactly what we needed to see. Oh, no, the defense looked like they wanted to touch. They popped the Fate, and they're not able to get it done. They get the second point capped, and they waste the ults.
Oh, just unfortunate situations there. There's not barely any progress has been made on the point here. They need to be getting on that convoy and stopping it from continuing on. They're just gaining and gaining and gaining. They need to be getting it off. CC trying their best to stop the convoy, had to get off, but Dingers does end up taking the fall. Mizuki following right behind, sent back to the spawn room, and there might be some light in the darkness here as they're pushing the convoy back finally as 4 players are needing to go back and get respawned. It is just
as things were looking pretty good for the side of Lebron Luvrs, but their attack has been halted. But they did gain a lot of time back on the second point by getting relatively quickly. So they're still going to have just over 2.5 minutes to be able to get this. And they have a lot of ultimates as the Hand of Khonshu is going to be placed down by Dingers. And it finds one. He cleans up, finds a second.
And it's just an absolute brawl here. I mean, they're trading team wipe for team wipe and almost finding it again. DJ was the last one that needed to fall to make that one happen, but ultimately is going to be getting away and living to fight another day as the convoy continues to move forward. 2 minutes and 12 seconds still on the clock, on the tick down as DJ finally falls to Rogue, and that is not a kill that you want to see. Maple Zebra swapping back over to the Thing as the convoy keeps on moving. Is that going to make as big of a difference as they are hoping?
Yeah, still going to allow so much easy free card space for the side of Lebron Luvrs. Unk did get destroyed in the ensuing chaos as we see the front line trying to be held down as the shield is forced to be popped as the Tankling Vortex comes in, but the Fate of both worlds comes in, but it doesn't matter. It's combo with the Horde of Proteus, gets 2 kills with the follow-up, and everyone is sent back to spawn as Strat Pack is able to get their footing on this defense once again.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is just a trade back and forth of team wipe versus team wipe. Control the convoy, losing the convoy. I mean, these are the matches you love to watch because they are going to be gaining some ground back and being able to push back that convoy. But how far back are they going to be able to stop it? I mean, not nearly as much as the ground that's been gained. It is going to be a tough one because this is the last stand here. This is the last point to be capped for Lebron Luvrs. They only have 55 seconds left. They want to get it done as soon as possible, or they may be looking at another overtime. And there's
the Eye of Agamotto coming in, able to fight a few, but the Invisible Fortress is up to be able to allow the sustained 2 picks coming in with the, not even the pummeling time is not even needed. And that is huge because not only are you able to keep that, but you're able to keep your Fate of both worlds for the side of Strat Pack on this defense.
Yeah, beautiful hold there from Strat Pack, able to bring it down to 20 seconds. Everyone had to get sent back to the spawn room. Everyone had to stop. It was absolutely beautiful work there from Strat Pack to be able to delay, and that might have just made the difference. We're going to be looking at it over time. The convoy is still moving back. Nobody's on the point. They're finally trying to contest the Eye of Agamotto coming out, and ultimately a triple there from Rogue and Mizuki calling it as well. It looks like they're sticking on the point. They're allowing it to go forth as a near team wipe did roll through. They may have a chance to bring this one back and ultimately get that 3rd point capped, but only time will tell as everyone's respawned, ready to get going and get ready for this final fight. It's going to be a conga line of absolute absurdity here as Sophia's just getting targeted in the back. It's going to be insane time. It's clobbering time, but Maple Zebra ends up taking the fall. Sophia making it happen. Dinger's trying to find K. It's just a clobber after clobber and death after death. Spawn room after spawn room as CC falls once again. I think we're going to be looking at the 3rd point captain. There we go. LeBron Luvrs have done it in the nick of time. They were able to hold on to that overtime.
That's a big time capture for the side of LeBron Luvrs, because at this point, it doesn't matter how successful that Strat Pack is on this attack, they will get another opportunity because they were able to cap all 3 points. So you put yourself in a good spot, but also the win condition for this series has been set for LeBron Luvrs. All you have to do is ensure that Strat Pack doesn't cap all 3 points, and you're able to win in a nice clean 2-0 sweep.
Yeah, it could be an amazing 2-0 sweep, but only time will tell here. I mean, Strat Pack could be able to get all 3 points capped and have enough time to take this one away, but ultimately it is going to be a tight one. They are running right into a brick wall, but they do have Maple Zebra on that Hulk, so we'll see if they can bust it down.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Bust it down indeed is what you're needing from this Hulk and Doctor Strange combo. That Gamma team up gives Doctor Strange so much needed extra damage. On this defense, we're not going to see any changes coming in from the side of LeBron Luvrs. They're going to keep the Luna Snow Loki combination. It's been working wonders for them. So we're going to have to see how this attack will ultimately go, as Mizuki's still going to hold it down on that Thor.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough one. I think this first fight is really going to set the stage here as to how this might be going. The 1st point capped. 1st point needs to get capped as soon as possible if they want any chance of tying this up. Might be looking down the barrel of a bad time here as CC almost falling right off the bat, walking into an absolute firing range here, needing to back off, needing to regroup. Nobody's really staying on the point there. Need to be watching out for those potential flanks. Mizuki and K trading out 1 for 1. His heart is very, very low on HP. Needs to get back up into that game. Go find a pack. Mizuki spawns back in, but needs to get back up to the front lines as soon as possible. DJ getting targeted there. Dingers able to find that final pick onto there, trying to get the heals out. Are they going to be able to do it? CC almost falling. So much to do as they barely capped any percentage on the point there. Maple Zebra needs to get in there, needs to do some damage. I'm not sure if they're all grouped up and all ready to go with their abilities time. They need to get them recharged. And the hands of Khonshu are available for Dingers. This could be an absolute slaughterhouse, but no, Vanster shuts it down, doesn't allow for the ability for those hands of Khonshu to come down. A great Onk placement as well. Gizmo falls, and there's the hands of Khonshu coming out. Trying to stop as much as possible. Everything is contested 1 for 1. Sophia trying to go for the dance, trying to keep everything in their favor, and it's just an absolute brawl here on site, an absolute boxing match. But I think it looks like Strat Pack might be coming out on top.
That they are, as we see the Thor ult coming in. It's not going to find anything, as it's just cleanup duty for the side of Strat Pack, as it looks like no touches will be made. We do see the TP coming out. They are going to attempt another touch.
They're attempting a contest. Eye of Agamotto has been sent out. The value undetermined yet, able to find Sophia and Wolf. Rogue falls as well. It might have just been enough, but not quite. They are able to cap the point, and they're on to the convoy. Hopping on that Panther and moving on to the 2nd stage here. 4 minutes still remaining.
I think if you're LeBron lovers though, yeah, you use the TP there, but you forced out Dance of the Butterfly and Eye of Agamotto, so they're not going to have those tools of engagement for the second point, and this is where you were able to make up time on your attack, so they're not going to have those ultimates to try and be able to do that, so I think you'll take that exchange.
Yeah, they did have a similar amount of time remaining here, but it looks like the contest for the convoy is just going uncontested. They have 4 people on the convoy. It is just moving at absolute light speed here. Almost already to the second checkpoint. They're going to be looking at such better numbers in terms of time when getting this convoy moving. They need to be getting on and getting that thing to stop moving, or they're going to be looking down the barrel of a loss here. Master trading out Gizmo. It's just 1 for 1, 2 for 1. It's just back and forth. Dinger's trying to get those hands of Khonshu back up and going. They're probably the best stall tool there. It is finally LeBron Luvrs able to finally get back control of that convoy and get it pushed back before it was able to reach that second point. But just as quick, every single individual on Strat Pack is already up and ready to go and ready to move along. The Bruce banner falls. The Hulk is no longer a part of the equation. Sophia able to find K as well. It is just an absolute slaughterhouse of the eyes of Khonshu come out as well. The Strat Pack seems to have taken back control of the convoy.
Every time we think one team is taking the advantage, the other team's able to strike back pretty hard. Dinger's throwing down so much damage, it's going to force out the Invisible Fortress, but it doesn't matter. 2 picks have already been found. The advantage is now in the favor of LeBron Luvrs on this defense.
Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. And once again, LeBron Luvrs have taken back control. They're now down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds to get to that second checkpoint and just get a little bit more time. Not sure how it's going to be working out here. Gizmo just trading blows with Vanster in the back. I don't think that was the right choice. Not really having very much healing nearby to capitalize off of, but CC's ready to run in, pulling out the shield, trying to block as much damage as possible. Maple Zebra just does not have any chill. All throwing hands ended up getting knocked down. It's just a contest on this convoy. There's the Eye of Agamotto coming out, but it's going to get shut down. Rogue falls, Sophia falls, Vanster falls. So much has gone wrong, but so right at the same time. And it looks like Strat Pack might actually be able to get that second checkpoint before overtime, and they're going to be able to do it.
Point captured. 3 minutes on the clock for the side of Strat Pack to keep their hopes alive in the series. They have to capture this 3rd point. They will have the hand of Khonshu and the fate of both worlds at their disposal. Gizmo, however, will have the Goddess of Darkness to be able to commit to this next fight.
Yeah, but 3 down for the LeBron Luvrs. Make that 4. That's going to be a bad one. That was a triple there for Vanster. Absolute insane moves coming out here. Dingers has the hands of Khonshu online, trying to stall as much as possible. They're almost halfway to that 3rd capture point. And it's turning into one of those conga lines of run in one after another. They need to slow down. They need to regroup, and they need to rethink their plan here before running in once again, before this final team fight commences here. It looks like DJ in the back is going to be causing so much chaos, so much happening there. As Gizmo is just trying their best to stay alive, trying to get back into it, trying to delay. It's just a massive contest on the capture point as K and DJ fall. It's now being a much easier for LeBron Luvrs to bring it back. They have control of the convoy, but they're not pushing it back just yet. They need to hold on to this for the next minute and 45. Be holding it down. Maple Zebra, Hulk out of the equation right now. Vanster, DJ, and K are the last ones here to try and take that point, but the convoy is already moving in the wrong direction.
Yeah, this is the hardest part of this map, is pushing through this final corridor to get the point delivered. You will have your Invisible Woman, your Doctor Strange, your Hulk, and your Moon Knight ult. As the only thing that we're going to see, we're going to have that going up against the Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Invisible Woman ult. But DJ already found a pick on the Dingers.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy pickings there. It's just going to be a trade back and forth. There's the God of Thunder ult that we were looking for, but Mizuki is going to end up falling, and so many others from LeBron Luvrs is absolutely devastating there. They need to get back into the fight. They need to regroup here. Wolfrex still has 5 seconds to go in. Is that going to be enough time? Everyone respawning has to make it through, has to get to the corridors. Can they do it? Can they make it in time? I'm not sure if they can. Finally contesting. They need to get more players onto this point. There's the Eye of Agamotto coming out. Not going to be able to capitalize. Seems... There it is. Rogue, Mizuki, and DJ all able to find it. And it looks like they're taking back control of the convoy here. 20 seconds remaining. Maple Zebra having to hop on point as everyone's trying to get respawned back down to Bruce Banner. Able to find a double, but ultimately the convoy is moving in the wrong direction once again. Only 10 seconds remaining. They have to get onto this point or they're not going to be able to get it. We might be looking at a 2-0 sweep here. What is going to happen? 2 and 1 get onto the point, and they're not going to be able to make it.
2, 2, 3.
LeBron Luvrs take the map 3-2 and the series 2-0 as they win both of these maps 3-2 and end their weekend at a nice 3-1 through 2 rounds of the round robin stage.
Absolutely beautiful work there from LeBron Luvrs. There were a couple moments in there where we weren't 100% sure what the outcome was going to be there. I mean, you said it like while we were in the middle of the match. Every time, like we were kind of on the same page there, Ray, of, oh, they seem to have the upper hand. It seemed to just flip around like a coin flip. It was very, very uncertain what was going to come out of that game. Vanster, as always, doing insane work. Dinger seems to have found the rhythm and seems to have been getting that going. Sophia did end up MVPing, CC getting that SVP. And it is, that was just a wild game overall. At no point during that like last capture point moment was I 100% sure who was going to win.